Chapter 6 Hotel Project Tutorial number 2. In this tutorial exercise, we're going to create this hotel suite project tutorial number 2. We're going to create a drawing of real-world applications using AutoCAD. We'll create a plan view of the bathroom and the closet walls of the hotel suite. We'll create the doors and windows, and then we'll look at AutoCAD utility commands, basically the measure command, to measure our geometry and make sure that that is correct. So I have the hotel suite project from tutorial 1 chapter 4, and I've opened it with AutoCAD. We're going to use a number of different commands as we go through and work with our AutoCAD So we'll look at opening a drawing, zooming, rectangle, offset, explode, construction lines, trim, erase, fillet, and then we'll look at being able to repeat commands with the enter key, working with object snap, distance, copy, rotate, mirror, move, and save. And so we'll create this geometry for the bathroom, and it's basically created off of this dimension. And we can really just kind of use this drawing to create that. We can start off by offsetting this line right here, 12 feet 5.5 inches. And so this is a lot of offsetting and trimming as we go through and create this drawing. So here I am in my drawing. What I did was I opened it from my USB where I have my drawing located. And so I have it on the screen here. Remember, this is paper space. If I double click here, this is my viewport, and then I have my viewport set and locked at 1/4 of an inch equals a foot. And then we go into model space where we'll do our drafting and detailing. I can pan and zoom over, and then as I look at these dimensions right here, this first one is 12 feet 5.5 inches from this inside wall right here. And so we can use the offset command, go to the home tab, offset, or you could simply type it in, and we'll type in 12 apostrophe dash 5 dash 1 slash 2. Enter. Select this line and then offset it to this side. And then as we take a look at these other dimensions here, we can go through and create these different offsets. If we hit the escape key, I can click on this and I can drag this up. You're going to want to have polar on to make sure that that line goes straight. If you have difficulty with that, you could always turn on the ortho button as well, and you'll be ensured that that line will go straight. And I'm just going to overextend it as we go and we work on this. The next line that I'm going to offset is this line right here, which is going to be 8 feet 5 inches. We can then offset this line right here 4 3/4 of an inch. You can right click, enter, right click, repeat offset 4-3 divided by 4. And then I'll zoom in on that. I'll trim it. And then we'll offset this 4 feet 9 1/4 inches. To get to this line. So as we continue to create these different offsets, we'll continue to offset and trim. We'll trim this. And there's a dimension that's kind of missing on this, which is the thickness of the wall. So we'll offset this 6 inches for a 6-inch wall thickness on both sides. Just to keep things straight, I'm going to put a few dimensions in here as we start to work on this. And so I'm on the dimension layer, and if I go through and I go to the annotate layer and I want to put a linear dimension in, I can dimension to an endpoint, make sure your O snap is on, and I can go from here to here, and I can verify that that is the correct dimension. 12 feet 5.5, and then I'll have 6 inches for this wall thickness right here. And so that works as well. And then 8 feet 5.5 inches. And then 6 inches. And so this isn't quite right according to my dimension here. And so to correct that, I'm just going to offset this line 8 feet 5.5 inches and then 6 inches, and we'll see where the construction went a wire. So we'll come back here and we'll go back to the offset command. Eight feet 5. All right. And then we'll go 6 inches beyond that and we'll trim and extend. We'll come over here, we'll offset 6 inches to the left. And we'll trim again. Alrighty, so our numbers are starting to add up. If we take a look at where this wall line is located, I think we can find that right here. It's 6 feet 1.25 inches from this inside edge. And then we'll offset this line 6 inches above that. It's a little tricky because as we go through and we start to work this, we have two different geometries for this wall area. And so as we're looking at it, we've got this one here and then this one here, and this one's at 4 feet 9¼ inches, and then this area is here is at 6 feet 1¼ inches. So we need a 3-foot line to be able to find the door opening. And that's going to be from this inside wall edge to here. And then we can extend that line. Can add another dimension. And it looks to me like I'm off by 1/4. This should be 9 1/4, and I'm showing 9 3/4. And then we'll offset these walls 6 inches. Extend. Trim. And these we can just kind of pull back until we get them to the right area. And so this wall is located 7 feet 1½ inches from this inside edge to the top. And we'll have to check how much this wall is sticking out here. I'm going to just make it 6 inches for right now. And we'll trim it. And then we'll offset this wall 6 inches this way. Extend this line. Trim this line. Trim some more. And then this line here will actually go here. And let's go to that layer. And trim it. There we go. And then we'll offset this gap here 3 feet. Or what we can do is offset this one 2 feet 1 3/4 and then 3 feet. Let's do that since we've got the 8 feet 5 inches established. Extend this line up. Trim. Offset 2 feet 1 3/4. Extend and trim. And then this should be 3 feet. We can use a measure, and I just kind of guesstimated that this was 6 inches. We'll see. Yeah, it wasn't quite. So this is not quite in the right spot right here, so I'm going to delete that out, and then I'll offset this 3 feet. Extend. And then we can check our dimensions, and so we should have 6 feet 1 1/4 inches from here to here. I'm going to use a perpendicular. Here we go. 2 feet 1 3/4. Three feet between the door openings. And then this top part here should be 7 feet 1.5 inches. Again, I'll use a perpendicular. Shift right mouse click. So far so good. Everything seems to be falling in place. 4 feet 4 inches 3/4 of an inch should be the thickness of this wall. Remember, you can move your dimensions by clicking on them and then establishing a grip, moving them around like that. So that creates the geometry for the door opening. Be sure to use proper layers and line weights for that. And then as we continue through this exercise, I think I'm going to use the larger. We basically created the same constructions as they did in the textbook. We'll save our drawing, and we'll save it as I believe we're in chapter 6, and then we'll create the closet construction in our next video. So just to make sure, whoops. We'll save this as project tutorial number 2, module 6. And so we'll just change this from 4 to 6. Alright, we can check and verify our dimensions by going to the floor plan tab, and then we can see our information is set there. As we've already set up our viewport and locked it with the scale of 1/4 of an inch equals a foot, we're just continuing it on, so the title block is already filled out. And as we go through and we continue to work on this, we'll create another video for creating the closet dimensions. That ends this video, part 1, module chapter 6.